Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the new Place Guide series, where we have finally arrived to Sagres. And the moment you arrive to Sagres after you got the permit as a Venetian, English or Dutch player, you can access here. Or for any other place like Spanish, Portuguese or French that visits Sagres for the first time, you will able to have acquired a student title that you can equip, which means you're basically enrolled for a 4-year academy. And this is how the structure looks like in Sagres, so let's have a walk around. Now let's sell the trade goods that we have purchased from London. Let's sell this, and as you can see, the European armor delivers quite some profit. We sold it. And then the shopkeeper here sells these uniform outfits that you have seen old school players wearing it when they were students. And this is something that I was talking about. Like, these two gives formality, which was helpful to talk with influential NPCs, especially estates, where you can learn then some other skills from them. You can also make it easy by equipping them immediately after purchasing it by picking buy and equip. You go immediately to the equipment, and voila! There's is officially a student now. Let's see what. This is the one that I was looking for. Like, this is the item that was needed to get the clue of the discovery location. For some reason, I couldn't find this in the capital. Maybe I'm blind, but this is an alternative to use observe skill in case you don't have the skill in your possession right now at that moment. We're gonna take these nets as well because it has ecological research. Because in order to do a biology related quest to do discovery of living creatures or plants, etc., you need ecological research, but we don't have it currently, and we weren't able to get it back in London because we didn't have the levels yet. So even if you don't have the skill now, we are able to use an item that will act as an ecological search. Oh, this is where you can get the student outfit from the market key, from the item shop. And then you have here a peddler as well. And the deck brush is something we definitely gonna take, where only 2 is plenty. We have a spared sail. The rugged sailor, this one we have actually encountered way before at Amsterdam. You can find this NPC outside tavern in many places, and this will be pretty important for later because it does show some trials mission that you can take on. Now we're gonna restore our figure. Then here's the bank and where you can deposit money, and you have here the shipyard as well. The only thing I don't see is a merchant or a seafarer, so you're gonna have to recruit sailors in at docks again. here we are. Here you can see the course instructors. The adventure is in front of us, so it's the one we're gonna take, unless you have taken a different class to start with. For merchant, you can talk to this to the merchant course instructor, and for maritime you can talk with the maritime instructor. But for those who wish to change classes from class soon at this point, this is the episode where I try to get to that point, how we can change from a different job class. So instead an adventure class job to a different class job like trade or battle. You can change jobs here as well for the instructors, as you can see, and you can register yourself in the class where you can chat with other new players. And then you have joined the school chat and you are part of it, and you have the school chat here showing up. Oh yeah, important thing, we have just about the world chat. You can check the world chat under the world chat settings. And some of the chats are pretty empty, but the most active ones is the general ones and the marketplace. These are the two which I will come back later, but in marketplace usually you have other players selling selling items, or someone that wants a specific item or a ship or something, etc. We'll make use of this later. And this is the world chat where I was testing at the previous episode if I could use that total level 7, because I claimed in the first episode that you need specific total level in order to use it. You can find here many players that are chatting there, and many are willing to help you if you have a question about something, if it is not clear for you. I highly recommend to make use of that. You have also the school chat, and the school is all given here. The world here is when you send something here, you will send something to the world chat, what I did in the previous episode. And this is the school chat, you can send a message in the class. Tell is a private message that you can send to someone, and I'm gonna send to my main. I'm not sure if this works. Yes, it does. You can send private messages by typing someone's name. For instance, I typed myself, and I received a direct message from my third character, and I replied back with my main character on it. And then you have a party chat. The party is basically a fleet that you have, which we're gonna talk about later. But that is the party chat for. Like, you can talk within the fleet. And say is basically a public message where your surroundings can see your message when you are talking. Now, without further ado, the purpose for the Sagres is they have basically mashed many quests in one here, and because of that you are able to graduate much faster than usual. And you can see we have already the beginner's adventure course final exam here. We have some other quests here as well that you can take, and here we see another discovery quest. And this is also something, this quest is actually something that that was given in old school. And here we were taught we could use Drowsing Rod or Perception of Artisan. Drowsing Rods are the ones that act as search kill, and Persuasion of Artisan is basically that act as observer skill to locate discovery location. So those are basically the two consumable items that I have talked about. The Browsing Rod and Perception of Artisan. And it seems we have also received a quest mediation permit. A quest mediation permit is basically a permit that allows you to refresh the quest that is given here. If we're gonna click here, we're gonna refresh the quest list here, but we cannot do that now because we have already the right quest here. And since we have no skill of this one, I'm gonna show you how you can still graduate without the need of the skill, because we have an item for it. So let's take this quest. And the first thing we have to do... Yes. We have to talk to the archives in Lisbon. I think we have in the meantime more skill slots unlocked. Yes, we have 16 now. And we got a discovery for Lisbon. We go to the archive. And we're gonna talk to the scholar. And as you can see, in Lisbon, the Portuguese is where Portuguese is being spoken, and we don't have the language skill for that. But we have body language skill, which basically we attempt to interact with Scholar this way. If every attempt it will consume some figure. And here we go. Now we have to talk to the port official in Faro. There's actually something that I wanted to show how you can, which I have forgot to mention in the Amsterdam Guild. When you want to change a job, or when you're looking for a specific job, you can look for suggested search. And let's say we want, for instance, to go into trading to make some money for ourselves, so we can get better parts or better equipment. So, for instance, accounts. And we want to look into a trade class job, and you see trade learner appearing here with some other jobs as well, and you see here which endorsement you need in order to obtain it. And you can see the list of jobs with the required total level and the specific class levels you need in order to use those endorsements. Now we want, for instance, let's say we want to go for instance, food stealer, how to get, and then all the quests are shown here. Which quest name it is that you can obtain from, and the lower contact location is also being shown. And as you can see, everything is shown in red, which basically means we do not meet either the skill requirement or the fame requirement in order to take those quests. Now the first tag from Guild, this is no longer accessible because we have taken this quest already, but this quest is something that we can take from Sagres if we have enough fame, which we currently don't have it yet. Because the issue is, I have to mention, to make to really become better in trading and selling goods, you need account skill, and that can help you out tremendously. For which those who start as trading has an advantage. But you cannot learn the skill. Like if you press the location, some skills cannot be learned. You have to have them as favorite skill in order to learn them. So that is why changing job to a different class is important. However, there is another way to acquire a job card without doing the named quests that I have shown in the guild. Because you will see what I mean once we graduate from adventure. So first thing we do is go to Pharaoh. In case you aren't sure if Pharaoh is, I'll give it on the chart, so you can always then tell where you have to go. And we have the discovery. Let's talk to the port official. So the sea creature is somewhere just outside. Now we use surveying skill, and we can use observe skill, but we can also use the perceptual artisan to act as observe skill. And you see now a star shown in the chart. That is where the discovery is, so we go to that direction. And we need, and since it's a living creature we have to discover, we need ecological research skill normally, which we don't have. But if you have the item that acts as an ecological search, then it's the fishing net that we have bought from the item shop. And now we have ecological research active. Sometimes it can take us numbers of attempts in order to get the discovery, but this number of attempts will reduce the higher rank you get of the skill. Woohoo! Adventure level rank 6. As you can see, we get also more figure care, allowing us to able to use skills for much longer. We almost hit total level of 10. We received another achievement, so you can obtain the reward from challenge, which we leave it as it is for now. And since we are about to graduate, we may get a lot of adventure XP and fame as well. We have gained 500 experience XP and 400 adventure fame. And we have reached a total level of the 10 at this point. As you can see, by graduating we do receive a graduation memento. And the graduation memento is something in a way you can also find something that we gonna, which is an alternative way to get a job card from a different class. As you can see, it gives a guild card. And this has the same content for the beginner's graduation for merchant and for maritime. Now, before we go for a different class, we have received a beginner's adventure memento ship ticket. A ship ticket is basically a consumable item that contains the ship permit inside of it. Once you press OK, you will see an interface how the ship looks like, what the stats are, and you can check the ship parts as well. And you can see that it has significant more studded sails, armor plates, and cannon slots than the barca that we have. We press OK, yes. And now if you check in the inventory, you will see that you have another ship in your possession. It is the Memorial Cruise Caravel. And this ship is much faster than the barca that we have, which will save a considerable amount of time. That is why it is important to go to Sagres as soon as you can, so you can get better ships without the need to purchase new ships from the shipyard, because those graduation ships are very helpful for a long term after your graduation. You can save this guild card under the binder. Now we have 2 ships and we wish to change our ship, which can be done at the shipyard master. However, one thing to note with the shipyard master, you can change ship from here by clicking here, and then you can switch to this ship. We do meet the requirement adventure 6 and all the 2 ranks are 0, so we got able to set sail on this ship. But before I switch, we cannot switch in the shipyard, because this is a piece of advice. I don't expect this to happen to any place, but there are some incidents that a player, instead of pressing change ship, they press sell ship. So what they do, they accidentally press sell ship and then they click on it. You don't pay attention that you're about to sell your ship. And some of the players has lost valuable ship because of this incident. So for safety reason, I do suggest to switch ships always at the docks. At least you're then sure that you will never end up selling your precious ships by accident. And as you can see, the amount of sailor that is required to operate the ship is 13, so we need way more crew. There we go. And now we have become much stronger, our durability is much higher, we have a much higher sailors, and our figure has increased. The growth that you have this feeling the moment you get to Sagres and do the first graduation is a very good feeling. That you feel like you start to understand the game somewhat. However, there are so many ways that you have to go. And sometimes the game is not kind by just throwing so many information at you, so I really hope with this video that I can just ease things up. Now we're gonna check for ship parts, because you can see the E values are given in gray, so these equipments are still equipped on my ship at the Barca, Explorer Barca I mean. We can remove the parts by pressing on it, and then followed by equipping it on this ship, but as you can see this is not going to be sufficient, so we have to get more parts. Let's talk to him to get some sail mast. So we have that. We can get better cannons as well, but wait, let me check how many make sure to check how many chambers you have. 10 chambers, so you can have a cannon that has 6 chambers and another one have 8 chambers. I mean 4 chambers. Apologize. But right now we cannot afford those, so for now let's get the Falcon 8. And we're gonna get 2 of these. I think the special equipment is quite expensive for us to use. Yeah, thought so. We don't have enough money, that's why I do suggest in case you start with either adventure or merit and you want to have interest to do battle, you need some money to afford those parts. So that's why what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to make some money by also having some trading skills. So we're gonna take a lecture from the merchant. Now you can see the quests that are given here are not the one we desire, for instance. And now we're gonna use the quest mediation permit. And once we do, most of the merchant quests, as being mentioned during the instruction by the NPC at the guild, most merchant quests involves about delivery or communication. Delivery quests usually rewards consumable items called the purchase order category, which we'll talk later about the purpose of it is. So the quest does tell at least where you can get those trade goods to deliver. Oh yeah, while we are here, our cargo has significantly increased, so we are able to get more trade goods here. Now we check our supply. Because we have more sailors now, 28. The amount of supply we have, a few amount was enough when we were sailing with the Barca, but now because we have 28 sailors this time, each day 2.8 food and water will be consumed, so within one day this will run out already, so we have to get more food. And it is a moment where I want to talk about also a skill that can be helpful when you are just starting, and that is provision skill, which lowers the price for purchasing supplies and by 4% per rank. Additionally, it also increases the efficiency of converting trade goods into supplies as well. This can be very helpful in a big beginning. And as you can see, we can learn this provision at Nantes, Naples, Tunis. So we have some options where we can go. See, we're gonna... I think 4 days is plenty. As you probably already see, I start to run out of figure again, so... Oh wait, I don't have figure food. Back. Always make sure to check if you have figure food. Like that is sometime, that is an incident that some people keep forgetting, that as a result you basically end up having no figure and you can use no skills at this point. There's the barkeep. Let's go! Now we are at Malaga, we can purchase some cattle. Let's see how many we do need. Ah, only 5. Ooh, saffron is pretty expensive. And let's deliver to Barcelona. Now we are at Barcelona, and I believe we have to deliver to the market keeper. And it is how item delivery is completed. Okay, that peddler has not much special to offer. Not much profit. Let's see if we can make it. Gunpowder and some cannon shots. Now the tavern says it's a good time to buy purchase gunpowder, which we actually did. So sometimes every time you get something to from the barkeeper to store your figure, now pay sometimes attention to what they are saying to you, because who knows, these information can be very valuable and helpful, especially at the start. Now let's get back to report the quest. and we won. And we are back at Sagres to report our quest. Now our figure is filled. Ooh, not much luck here. Now we gained some trade level, went to level 3. We received a purchase order category. It is something we'll talk about later. Now, good question. My knight needs basil. You gonna. So there's no mention where to get those trade goods, which is actually something. So they aren't this time specifying where to get it, or do they? Nope, they don't. Those. Okay, this is gonna be quite trip from what while I'm sailing and getting the trade goods, I will at this episode show the sources we players usually use to look up for something in case you don't understand in the game. Now we have the Kuta to get Basil. Hope we get enough of those. Ah, not bad. Let's try to sell these Marcellus while we deliver, while we get prunes from there. And another battle level gained. Always a welcome addition. This one took a while. It's why without having proper cannon skills, if you haven't started as maritime, it can be a struggle to deal with those ambushes. Oh yeah, a remark about these galleons that we are seeing here. These NPCs, these are from event. They aren't aggressive. So as you're watching this video, you may not see them what I'm seeing here because there is an event going on. So just so you know about that. Now we're at Marcellus, where we can get prunes from the market keeper. Let's see if those basil sells well here. Now the muskets definitely not. Got some small trade XP. Oh, 10 bases are being asked. Okay, we have 15. That is plenty at least. Now, while we are at Marseille, for those who are starting from France or anyone that is visiting Marseille, be sure to take the Chariot once to discover Paris. It is basically an inland of the port, and we'll come back here later because this place is pretty significant. And one of the reasons is that you can take a Chariot to Calais, but we cannot do that because we don't have tow permits and we are carrying trade goods. Now while we are here, we are almost running out of figures, so we have to recover it. Talk to declare. Let's go for this one. And then now we have both the resources to deliver the one to Dublin and one to Calais. Ah, we have one of the memorial album completed apparently. When you have completed the memorial album in the collection here, like the collection items out up there, you can show it to the designated NPC, and the ones that we are happens to be at our capital. So once we get there, I will show you what kind of reward we get and why it can be very good to pursue for those memorial albums. In this scenario, you get notified by Sage that you run out of supply, and this is the moment where the fishing shines. And now we have some supplies back again. That is why fishing alongside the procurement are very important to have. Okay, it is worth mentioning too. It does happen sometimes that you get a treasure chest when winning a sea battle or a land battle, which I do highly recommend to keep them, because they are very valuable, which I will explain in the later series as we progress. As you can see, my ship got rammed by the enemy, which is called collision damage, which happens if an enemy comes at you at high speed from their bow against your ship. They usually are equipped with ramming special equipment, which we talk about later. What basically happens is when you get hit by a ram, you lose a significant amount of maximum durability, as well as one of your ship parts gets the durability greatly reduced for one of those. And that can be very devastating. If you fight against NPCs or in PvP against those that use a lot of rams against you, be aware that your ship parts can break apart very fast, so be cautious of that. As you can see, we received the disorder status. Disorder is reminded by the star that is rotating around me. With disorder, the amount of accuracy you can fire is reduced because the sailors are disorientated. However, the most dangerous threat is when you end up in a melee battle with disorder. Your melee stats get reduced to its minimum value, while the enemy stats melee stat gets to its maximum value from the base, meaning that you are likely to lose a lot of sailors and you can die from it in few rounds, so be careful. So yeah, our adventure went up again to such a long voyage. Oh, nice. Honey is in high demand. I believe the delivery has to be done at the estate. Now we can talk to some influential NPC. You can see you can report these features we will talk about later, but you can learn skill from them as well. It seems we not the ones that we are looking for actually. Now let's do the other delivery quest in at Dublin. Oh yeah, now it's a good time to bring up the sources we use when we want to look up something for Uncharted Waters Online. Wikia is, as usual, one of the most common places for many MMO games that people tend to look up, which is not a bad start to look at. However, it does lack quite a lot of information, so I will put a link in the description, more platforms to check. The most common one is IVO, as it exists while making this video. IVO, you can find specific items, equipments, trade codes, recipe, everything over there. So, like I wasn't sure which trade codes to get or where to get it during this delivery quest. You can look them up in IVO, especially in order to get the information which ports sell them. I will make sure to provide the current known sources that are being used for Uncharted Waters Online, so keep an eye on the description of the video. You can see that the fatigue has gone up almost 1/3 already, which is becoming more concerning. I have no finger food that can recover it. Oh yeah, dolphins occasionally occurs when you are sailing. They follow you around, and when they appear they recover any natural disaster you have. Now we are at Dublin. And let's say there's the item shop. find it cute they have added some animals here in the game. Yeah, some of these equipments I cannot afford yet. Now this is the moment where we can get a drink by treating the sailors, and the fatigue has disappeared almost. You can see in the tavern the fortune teller. This NPC is important for a certain activity that we will be discussing later in the series. Alright, we are going... Before we go back to Sagres, report the quest. There's one port that is pretty important to discover, which is Manchester. Manchester involves a lot about industrial revolution, and there is in the future a peculiar job quest that requires you to discover this port. So if you ever happen to pass here, make sure to discover it at least. And there we have Manchester. You can see that the port is much different than any other port that we have seen so far. Let's check what kind of trade goods we can get here to deliver to Sagres. Now let's report our quest. Leak causes the enemy to lose the ship durability over time. Additionally, they are more vulnerable against cannon fire from both broadside and critical shots, which can deal devastating damage against them. And it slows you also down in within the ring, so if you have that, make sure to have pails to cover your leaks. Here we finally are to report those quests. Ooh, not bad. And now we get quite a lot of money from reporting it, but first recover our figure for another purchase order category. Nice. Now let's see if we can. Aha! Let's go. Now let's do this graduation first before we as I'm recording this, it's very late here, so I hope I can finish this and show you how to change from job. You do is you see some ship having those special effects on them. That is something I will explain also later about it. Now we interact with the market keeper in Lisbon. Yeah, this is actually the thing. This is exactly why I felt like to make this video, because the school of Sagres, in trade aspect especially, doesn't tell you how to make proper profit. Like, there is not much examples given into that. So once we can graduate the beginner's exam of trade, I'm gonna show you how you can actually make some good profit out of it. So first you have to stop by Pharaoh. And then we talk to the market keeper here to complete the quest. Now the market keeper here explains already something that I've explained at the very start about regarding the mistakes if we make a profit or not. And that we go over time as we learn our lessons. Now let's head back to Sagres. Now we finally managed to hit the 100,000 ducats mark. So we are doing pretty good so far. And now the moment we have been waiting for. We are graduated from merchant beginners. Now let's check the quest first. Ah, there it finally showed up. So with this you can actually get a job card from a trader job that allows you to change to any beginner's trade jobs, so you can basically switch from class. And I see the intermediate course showing up already. But another way to get the job card from a different class is basically by graduating the beginners as well. And here you can see the boxes being given with the guild card. Now let's change our job. I'm not sure what I am deciding yet. Here are the jobs given. So I'm gonna pick for a yarn dealer. I'm gonna go to the direction where you'll get sewing at some point. But here we are, we have now a different job class, which is now a trade class that we have. So that is how you can change from your job class and switch over. So as I said when we made the character, you can always change your pathway in the game, so don't worry the choices that you have made at the start. one thing to keep in mind before we call episode is whenever you switch from a different class job, the amount of adventure XP that I will now get will be halved, and the amount of trade XP that I will get from making profits, it will be fully now, and the XP that I get in battle, it remains halved. So every time you switch to one of these job classes, like if you have a battle job suddenly, you get a full XP on battle, half XP on those, and vice versa. So keep in mind, whenever you wish to grind one of these classes, make sure to have the right job for that. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the episode for this series that I want to show how to switch from class by having another job card. I hope this has been helpful so far. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and for those, and until next time in the next episode. Cheers.